What is up, Gunpla modelers? This is Strider Prime bringing you a new edition of GundamCustoms, and today I am proud to present to you this Neo Zeon's MSN-04 Mobile Suit Sazabi version Katoki from the Char Counter Attack animated movie. This is an amazingly large box. I've had big kits before with my Perfect Grade Strike Freedom, and I guess Yamato is considered a big box too. Yes, Yamato is pretty much the same size as this, but this is a very, very large mobile suit. Very large. After seeing it at Comic-Con back in 2013, I was amazed at its size, at its bulkiness, and of course at its amazing amount of detail that we're seeing right here. I mean, this is a Katoki version of the Sazabi at its finest. Now, for years I've always been thinking of getting the original Sazabi, and I think there was at one time I remember seeing the Sazabi being sold for like maybe less than $60 online, but I just never felt like pursuing it for some strange, odd reason. I said, nah, I'm gonna leave it alone. It doesn't appeal to me yet. You know, it would be great to get every kit out there, and just some of them doesn't catch my attention. However, when the Katoki version of this came out, was announced, everybody was amazed at this. And I haven't heard not one negative thing about this kit. Maybe I can imagine somebody's going to send me a message saying, "Oh, wait, how about this and how about that?" The one thing that I remember that was negative about the original Sazabi were the knees, the knee joints. Something about it which I didn't understand. But regardless, I got this guy. I picked it up from my good friends at Gundamplanet. Thank you guys. I always continue supporting you guys till the end of time. And I'm going to build this for the New York Comic-Con show at the Gunpla Builders World Cup 2014, coming this October. So this will be my first entry. I would like to discuss with you, and I will, in great detail, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to paint it as? Before I say that, let's just say this. I don't think I'm going to be the only person coming to Comic-Con with this guy. I know there are probably several other individuals who may be bringing their own version of the Sazabi, and I can't wait to see their body of work as well. So, let me adjust the camera and begin reviewing all the parts. Alright, so I had to take the box away from here because I don't want to put this box here and start removing all the parts. So I'm going to put them on the table. And first off, we see this tray here of these right parts, and you'll see all water slide decals. No stickies. Water slide decals. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, we have that. Now, the one thing, of course, everybody's aware of, that there's various tones of red. This is a lighter tone, while this one's a more burgundy tone, more of the Rosetta color that I've used on my Yamato, for those of you who remember. Here's some inner frame parts, thrusters, part of the, I guess, an axe. Can't tell. That could be the part of the funnels, but I'm not 100% sure. So we have some charcoal parts, as you can see here. But if you flip this, we have some metallic parts. Interesting. I thought this was not going to have metallic parts. Somebody told me it did sometime. So you guys understand, this is the first time I'm reviewing this kit. But wow, nice little detailed frame parts. This is going to be a beautiful Can't wait to repaint this, of course, because even though it has this, you want to repaint it. Here's some more metallic parts. And some more charcoal parts. This is basically the inner frame, the torso unit, chest. You see some umbilicals here. Okay. Here's some more red parts, but I believe this is another tone of red. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, this has to be the rear skirt armor. Excuse me, inner frame. And this has to be the waist unit. Portions of the waist unit. Yeah, wow. Okay, I see a nice dark black here. This has to be the fuel tanks, and of course the shield, and portions of the support system that holds up the funnels. There's some more red colors. This is a lighter tone color and a darker tone color. So I see some manipulator hands, and I've heard some positive responses over these because these are a lot better than the other ones. Clear parts, some polycaps, a lot of polycaps there, and wow, this is the one thing when I was looking at this kit, I thought I had to paint the inside yellow, but fortunately it's the one that goes in the thrusters. The inside of the thrusters are all yellow. And of course, portions of the trim parts. So this will be an interesting paint job right there. More darker tone red. Wow, it's really nice. Wow, an inner frame of the shield. That is nice, and I see the details here. Here's the unique beam rifle, which I like to call it more of a sniper rifle than a beam rifle. Of course, I will be corrected momentarily. Here are the more red. This is another tone of red, I believe. I'll be reviewing these red colors soon. Here are the funnels. There's the actual things that open and closes. Portions of the armor, shoulder, I believe. Yeah. Here's a more yellow thruster for the suit. Here's the classic beam rifle. Wow, more parts of the armor and the backpack. We're almost done here, guys. Now we're coming into the inner frame parts, portions of I guess either the arms or the legs, probably the feet, and of course there's the effect, the beam effect weapon. And one last part here, all the inner frame parts, probably forming the shoulders, the arms, and whatnot. Look at all that. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. 31 trees of parts. Holy shit. You can pretty much say I'm pretty much building a perfect grade. I feel like I'm building a perfect grade now. And painting it. This is going to be a long month. So, let's begin reviewing the manual. Okay, so here's the manual. You know what? I didn't notice this, and it's probably in the yellow parts. Let me double check. Yeah, these are the umbilicals. forgot that these come, the yellow umbilicals. Yeah, alright, no big deal. So for those of you who know Japanese, clearly the entire history of the Sazabi is listed here. All the line art of this kit is listed here. Beam rifle, the head, portions of the legs and arms that pretty much expand and contract. I don't know if the body does. And here's a page, of course, of the completed kit. When you look at this, I almost think I'm looking at an MSI or a Robot Dayamashi's version of this kit, but you can pretty much tell it's far more detailed. Far more detailed. Look at all that. It's amazing. So here is pretty much all the parts, all the list of parts that you have to work with. You know what? Out of all these parts, I'm seeing some parts that you don't have to use. For example, over here in A2, there are 2 X's here for these 2 parts. Probably, I guess they had to take parts from the original Sazabi and then incorporate it to this. I also see another X here. Before I begin separating all these parts, I think I'm going to separate the parts that I don't need, just so I don't have to, you know, have to start cleaning it and painting it and realizing, oh wait, I don't need it. And that has happened to me more than once. Oh wow, next page, and more parts here. So in this section, we have the assembly of the body. Interesting detail. I'm going to try to see if I don't have... I'm going to see if I can try to build this in a frame and paint it as best as I can without hindering the limitations of its mobility. That and the fact, of course, to put me putting on the armor parts as well. So from the body we go to the head, which of course is a massive amount of parts as well, especially the cockpit, which is everybody remembers that the new Gundam held in its hand. Then we have the assembly of the forearms. And wow, that's a lot of parts for the forearms. Then here's the positioning of the hands. Big meaty paws. Then we have the assembly of the shoulders. And the side thrusters that's on the shoulders as well. Then we go to the waist unit itself. The waist unit is a lot of parts, especially that massive skirt in the back and the front skirts as well. And the skirt in the back has a lot of unique parts there, so that's going to be an interesting thing to build, to paint as well. Then the assembly of the legs. I kind of like the thrusters that's showing off in the back of the legs. I don't know how I saw something online where you can actually put some little weights on the feet of a kit, so that way its stability can stay put. And I don't want this thing to tip over. I don't know how well it is. I don't know how its center of gravity is. Maybe somebody can send me an email. I will definitely want to get ready to have it on a display stand when I take it to Comic-Con. But if I want to have it stand up, I want to put like something on its feet to, you know, to hold it up, so its center of gravity doesn't, you know, I don't want him to tip over forward or backs. More assembly of the legs, of course. And then, wow, that's a lot of parts to build. Then we have the backpack, which of course you have to build the actual support pod holding up the funnels. Wow, that's pretty nice. And then the fuel tanks. And then of course the assembly of the kit itself. Then of course you go into the weaponry, which I see I'm gonna have to review this. These are 2 colors. So I was thinking of painting this, but I don't want to paint it while it's assembled to this, but I wonder how well I can, you know, I can cheat my way, you could say, but who knows. Shield. Assembly of the shield, the placement of how to hold the shield, how assemble the beam effect parts, how to store the beam effect parts, how to put in the LED lights as showed here on the previous page, the transformation system, of course, how to transform it into something bigger. Yeah, and then of course some gimmicks here and putting on weapons that was on the Sinanju. Remember the bazooka weapon? I think I still have that. And then of course the placement of all the decals, not to mention the color guide on how to color this. This is going to be a big, amazing kit. And let's talk about that. What am I going to do with this kit?